Hey people, how are you doing this afternoon, morning, or evening, depending on where you are? My name is Makeda Valletta, also known as the Body Scientist, and right now I'm live on my IG page, walking through Chicago, enjoying the last warm day of the year. And I've been inside studying, being a nerd, doing research. Smells like good weed out here. Great smells. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of scientific research, as I always am, especially about the body and health, but particularly about on some cannabis medicine science, and it's just a reminder of a lot of things, right? One of the reasons why I decided to have my own practice and not work for a gym or not work for a hospital, because in the realm of nutrition you can become a registered dietitian or you could become a nutritionist. It's not all the same thing, but a registered dietitian has to abide by what the American Dietetic Association, the ADA, says is acceptable, just like medical doctors have to go along with the AMA says. That's the American Medical Association. You're about to move to Chicago because it's like New York? Chicago's dope. It's like New York in a lot of ways. It's different in a lot of ways. Actually, let me flip the camera so you can see. I showed this on my pages before, but this is right here next to where I live. So I'm just walking over here to this beach. It's a lake. When you're from the East Coast and the West Coast and you think about a lake, you don't think about something that looks like this, because it really looks like the ocean. Lake Michigan, which is 22,000 square miles, and blue and beautiful. So Chicago is not like New York, not as crazy. Toronto, Canada. I'll be coming to Toronto on the 17th for the first time. Never been to Toronto. Yeah, Chicago is very nice. It's beautiful. Like, you don't hear about that. They just want to tell you about how people are getting shot, but it's very peaceful here, which is one of the reasons why I moved here. But this beach goes alongside the whole coast of the city from north to south, so I'm all the way north. But the thing about grad school, there's a lot of people who criticize people who get degrees, and it's very diverse over here too. It's another reason why I love this neighborhood. It's very diverse. Got black people, got white people, got Jews, got Muslims, got families, got gay people, Hispanics, East Indians, West Africans, East Africans, Caribbean, everything in this neighborhood. But anyhow, when you're in grad school, I hear a lot of people debating about whether or not a college degree is a waste of money. And sometimes it is, depending on what you're studying, right? My degree was in exercise and sports science and nutrition science. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I know it's windy. And I have used what I learned in undergrad my whole entire life, of being a trainer, a nutritionist, a birth worker, and everything I do that has to do with the body, right? Before I got into exercise science, I was in biotechnology. And so having that scientific background gave me the background I needed. It gave me the background I needed. Hold on, let me show you. So you're walking out here. It's beautiful out here, right? Right by where I live. It's nice to walk over here to this little peaceful place. I'm glad you hear me okay. Let me sit down. Okay. So, having that scientific background gave me the ability to read studies and analyze studies. And when you're in grad school, that's what it's all about, right? Grad school is about reading research, dissecting research, analyzing research, looking up research. And so when I was in my grad program, the first grad program I went into at Columbia University at Teachers College in applied physiology and nutrition education. That was the only program in the country that wasn't funded by the food companies, because all the nutrition programs in the country are funded by the food companies and the food industry. The same way all the medical programs in the country are funded by the pharmaceutical companies, right? So the education is very tainted. And when I realized then that I wanted to tell people the truth, I didn't want to be worried about losing my job and my license because I'm going against what the ADA says is okay. Because a lot of what the ADA says is right is not. There's a lot of misinformation. There's this registered dietitian, Nina, I can't pronounce her last name, Nina Schultz or something. I have a book of hers. I have some of her work posted on my IG page because she's an expert on pregnancy nutrition. And she talks about how she was an RD for years and the horrible advice she gave so many women. It was probably responsible for bad outcomes because of giving this information based on what the American Dietetic Association said, right? So because I didn't want to be bound by that and I wanted to tell people the truth, I decided to do my own thing. That's why I've been working for myself for almost the past 20 years, you know, like I've worked with people here and there, but I mostly have my own practice. And if you follow my work here on Instagram or YouTube, you see that a lot of the things I talk about are not the typical things you hear from nutritionists and trainers, even though there are nutritionists and trainers and other healthcare practitioners who do know the things that I know about, you know, about health and who do talk about it. It's not the common thing you hear. The common thing you hear is that cholesterol is bad for you, salad is good for you, you got to eat more fruits and vegetables if you want to be healthy, you got to avoid red meat, like all this stuff that's totally not true. Eat oatmeal for breakfast is healthy, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I realized long ago that being a healer, a true healer, especially one that is rooted in traditional practices, okay, is an act of resistance. Because even when we think about childbirth, right? Like I told you, I'm also a birth worker, a doula. And, okay, thank you for letting me know you can hear me. You know, in the world of childbirth, there's so many rules in different countries about how women's allowed to give birth. We have the over-medicalization of birth, where a lot of OBGYNs and labor and delivery nurses have never seen natural birth, right? Don't even understand natural birth. They don't study natural birth. They study a very medicalized version of it, right? So you have midwives. There was a whole smear campaign in this country, especially in the American South, to smear the granny midwife, all the old black women down south who have been delivering babies for generations. Made a smear campaign against them to convince women to go to the hospital and be heavily medicalized. And over the years, there's so many times women were given drugs, prescription drugs that cause birth defects and all kinds of problems in the baby. And the same thing is true when it comes to cannabis medicine, right? So as I'm studying, you know, because people who follow me know that I've committed my life to studying all the ways that we could take our body to its highest level, right? And I'm all about, my whole approach to nutrition and fitness and sexuality, sexual energy, just the body period, has to do with reaching our highest levels and maintaining homeostasis. That's always been my approach. That's why I'm not a huge fan of pharmaceuticals. Unless I'm going to get surgery and I have to be put to sleep or something. But when I wake up, I'm not taking their painkillers. I'm not taking their antibiotics. You know what I'm saying? You have emergency medicine. God forbid you get in a horrible accident and you need painkillers now because you lost an arm. That's different. You know what I'm saying? Extreme emergencies. Other than that, I don't mess with pharmaceuticals. And there are many things, you know, because all the pharmaceuticals come from natural things. It's like artificial derivatives of natural things. And nothing artificial can truly mimic something natural. Okay? There's always things that backfire and all those things, right? It causes other problems. I don't believe in trying to solve one problem by causing another. And so the more I study this stuff, you know, like really understanding the science behind cannabis medicine, it's really crazy because it helps with, I mean, there isn't really a health condition that it doesn't help with. and it could be utilized now more than ever. I mean, it's not just medicinally. You know, the cannabis, the hemp plant also could be used for making everything, making clothes, making shoes, making cars, making clean gasoline for cars, clean, things that we make out of plastic now. All that stuff could be made out of hemp. Houses, it's very sustainable. And instead of causing deforestation from cutting down a bunch of damn trees, so it's in so many ways, it's good. But the laws for cannabis about how much THC is allowed to be in something and what percentage of THC and how things are allowed to be made and the laws about how somebody can obtain it and, all of that puts a lot of limitations on even using cannabis medicinally, right? And so it is just a reminder to me. So windy, sorry. It's just a reminder to me that being a true healer is an act of resistance, okay? There are a lot of people, shouts out to the nurses and stuff like that. I know that they're just doing their job. But I know a lot of nurses who feel so guilty and so bad because they feel like they're drugging up patients with things that are making them worse. But they can't do anything about it because all they can do is work for the system and do what they're told. They don't have autonomy to go outside of that. They don't have autonomy to guide somebody differently when you're working in a hospital setting or a clinical setting. And, it's just like, so when you choose not to be a part of that system, then you don't have protections. I mean, even people who become midwives, they're risking a lot. They're risking a lot. They could be sued for so many things, which is why a lot of people choose the safer route. And they're like, oh, I'm just going to be a doctor or a nurse so I can get, take insurance and I can be covered. And then that also informs a lot of the things that doctors and nurses do. It's not necessarily because they feel like it's right or the best thing. They do it because that is what is going to cover them if something goes wrong. In the case of insurance, if they don't do it this way and they do it that way, insurance won't cover them. Or they could lose their license. So those healers, those practitioners who are practicing traditional medicine, whether it be traditional foods, traditional body work, traditional herbology, traditional birth, all of those practitioners are walking a path of resistance. A very vulnerable path, a path that's not protected, and a very brave path. And I have conflict with it every day because of what I know is right and what I know people need, what I know is the most healing, and also what's accepted by the system, what will protect me, doing everything quote unquote legally. Like even when we talk about cannabis, THC is a whole lot more healing than CBD. And you have all these laws against THC. THC can't go across state lines, yada, 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 yada. CBD this, CBD that. And you're blocking people from getting the most efficient medicine. You know what I'm saying? So I just had to make a video talking about this. And, that's why there's a lot of things I don't feel comfortable talking about on Instagram and YouTube, but I will be talking about it on my OnlyFans page. So if you're somebody who likes these health topics, wants to get to the truth, likes research, wants to ask deeper questions and engage in deeper conversations, definitely find me on my OnlyFans page, onlyfans.com/thebodyscientist. And on Instagram, I'm now having subscribers. I may do the same thing on YouTube, I don't know. But I will be doing a live once a week for my subscribers where you can ask me whatever questions you want to ask as well. I'll take some questions and answer questions and stuff like that. And I'll be creating some other unique content for my IG subscribers. But it's important to vet the practitioners you go to because there are a lot of people who pose as traditional herbalists and traditional healers who are a little bit full of it. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, the science just confirms what indigenous people already know. I have videos where I talk about that. So hold on, hold on. You would love to hear my opinion on vegan healing. I think veganism is an eating disorder. I always say that. So anyhow, this water out here gets icy in the winter. Today was a nice 75-degree day in Chicago. I think that's over with. Time to go into the winter and shift into my winter workouts, going ice skating. Where's the OnlyFans link? I might have put it in a post, but it's onlyfans.com/thebodysciences. Because I've gotten, and I'll try to make a post and post it again. I've gotten videos taken down off of YouTube and getting strikes for speaking about the chemistry of fats and why it's important to understand the chemistry of fats, which it is. And YouTube took it down and give me a strike. So, you know, a lot of the truth gets, you know, labeled as scientific misinformation on YouTube. Ooh, it's windy. It's time for me to get up. Ugh. But those of you who follow me know that I am well researched. You know, I only talk about what I know. I'm all about the research. All about the research. Okay? And again, you have to be careful with your practitioners. I take what I do very seriously. Like, I have the scientific background, which gives me the ability and skills to read research, but I also like to look back and see what people have done for generations, what has proven to work for generations, how people prepare these foods, how they use these herbs. Western science only confirms that. But the ancestral traditional ways are what leads me. That's my guidance. Can I come over to TikTok? I don't know. Somebody was telling me the other day that they thought TikTok would be good for me. I get overwhelmed at everything, and TikTok seems like a lot of work, but I heard it doesn't have to be. I downloaded TikTok. I don't really understand it, so maybe I'll try it. You follow me. You think that TikTok would be good? Maybe I'll try it, but I just don't want to make little movies and stuff like that and skits. I'm not acting and doing scenes and all of that. But some people have told me they thought TikTok would be good for me, so if so, I will. Guess it would be what? Good for me or a lot more work? Anyhow, yeah, there's so much that I want to talk about. And there's levels to it. Levels, right? And, you know, this whole world of cannabis medicine has opened my eyes to a lot. And it's teaching me on a deeper level so many things. How, everybody's saying they think TikTok will be perfect for me. Really? Okay, inbox me and tell me why. Because it's something I'm not getting. Because TikTok, it just seems like people are doing skits. I'm not trying to do skits. Or people are doing like really short videos where they're pointing to things. You know, I like to talk and explain. So tell me why you think TikTok will be good for me. I just want to understand. But yeah, so like studying cannabis science is teaching me, and the endocannabinoid system is coming right back to nutrition. It's making me want to get my doctorate. And I always said if education was free, I'd have 2 PhDs. The only reason why I don't is because education is expensive in this country. TikTok is very informative. Okay, I'm going to hit you in the inbox so you can explain what you mean, because from what I'm seeing, I'm not understanding. So let me know. But I'm listening to you guys. A bunch of you are telling me that you think TikTok would be good. I can still do my educating videos, but in much shorter form. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to do 10-second videos. It seems like TikTok videos are like 6 seconds of people pointing at things. I don't want to do that. Is there another way to make short videos? Like short, like how? You mean short, like less than a minute? Because you know, I talk. So explain, and I'll try to check it out. Seriously. So on my mind, I'm just thinking about, I have a lot of things in the works, different educational events centered around cannabis, food, fitness, health. I feel like I need to write some books. I've had books in me for years, but it's hard to find time to write books when you got bills to pay. But then when I'm writing all the stuff for school, I'm like, I'm writing all these essays for school, doing all this research. I could just write a book while I'm at it. But then I'm like, what if I write a book and people don't buy it? Like, these are all the things that be in my mind. My mind's in like a million places. Okay. A lot of you are telling me why you think it would be good. I can't say I completely understand it, but I'm going to try it because there's a bunch of you telling me this. As long as that's something I have to, like, really learn heavy. What's up? As long as it's not, what's up? Where you going? You saw me from a mile away? How? With my outfit? Where are you going? Where are you going? Okay, give me a second. I'm finishing this YouTube video. Instagram video. Give me like 2 minutes. Okay, everybody's telling me to take a leap of faith. All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to understand it. Okay, I hope it's not something I have to try too hard to learn how to understand, because I don't have time. I'm trying to, do this grad program, learning this science stuff. Okay, trying to learn this business stuff so I can launch these businesses. It's like my head is spinning. And then I'm trying to go to the gym and stay in shape because, that's why I had to come outside. See, that's a good thing I like about winter. I don't feel guilty when I'm in the house for 2 or 3 days in the winter doing work because it's like cold out, whatever. But in the summer when it's sunny, I feel like I have got to come outside or I'm wasting my life. I literally feel like I've got to come outside or I'm wasting my life. So this was like a 75-degree day. I felt it. It's about to be done for. I am going to Toronto next week. I was on the fence about it. I still might be on the fence about it, but I'm supposed to come. So anyway, I gotta go. Okay, you guys are all telling me about TikTok. I don't get it, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. I did create a TikTok account and did nothing with it because when I looked at it, I didn't understand what the hell I was looking at. So I don't know. If somebody has a YouTube video they could send me to explain TikTok for beginners, then that would be helpful. But anyhow, I'm gonna go right now. Thank you for listening. And just know that being TikTok videos about travel, that's too much for me. Because then people be putting together whole reels and clips and videos. I don't be traveling with like camera people following me around with cameras, filming everything. And also, when I'm traveling, I don't take out my camera and film things. So I wouldn't do a TikTok travel channel because it's just too much. But anyhow, I'll see. It's hard doing TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, this, that. But right now I'm going to focus on creating content for my subscribers here on Instagram, content for my OnlyFans, The Body Scientist. And I'm always available for private consultations if you have personal questions and health issues you need help with or advice and guidance. I'm always available to train people one-on-one as well, especially in New York, Chicago, D.C., the cities that I frequent a lot. Stay away from TikTok. The person that says stay away from TikTok, inbox me and tell me why. But anyhow, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'm going to head out, okay? Bye. Thank you for listening.